Hey everyone, welcome back. Another month down means another month of video games in the drain. Down it. As always, I'm going to talk about every game that I purchased as well as what I played in the previous month. That's November 2025. All right. What's fun about this series is fun or not fun, depending on how you're feeling. Uh, I'm not necessarily as active a gamer as a lot of people are who come in like I played 10 different games. Sometimes I only play one game, and that's about all you get. But you'll get the real. If I played no games, they'll come in and talk about no games. If I played 10, they'll come in and talk about 10. That's it. Circumstances be damned. But I'll start out with my pickups. All right. The only physical purchase I got this month is a game called Kirby Air Riders, and I'm ashamed to say, look at this, sealed, sealed. Kind of ashamed to say that I haven't played this because Kirby Air Ride was kind of one near and dear to me. I still have it on the GameCube. Obviously, I love it. Um, Kind of nostalgic for me. Good vibes. Love City Trial, obviously, more than anything. So when Kirby Air Ride came out, I was like, I need to get this. I got it, and I haven't played it. It's kind of it's fallen to the back burner, so to speak. And man, just look at this cover though. Isn't it fun? It looks like fun. And gotta play it soon. But the reason this is the only physical copy I got this month is because I got a few games digitally on the PlayStation Store because they were on sale for Black Friday. All right, how about that? Had to get on them. Some of them might not have even been on sale for Black Friday, but the point is they were on good sales, and so I scooped them up. Look, I'm getting less and less picky about the physical. Obviously, whenever I buy a game straight up, I'm going for physical. If a new game comes out, physical. I have shelves of tons of games, all physical. That's always going to be my preference. But if I see a really enticing deal, I'm going to get it digitally. But in the past, I would just be like, but I want it physically, so I'm just not even going to get it, even if it's $5 and it's an amazing game. But now it's like, yeah, I'll get it digitally, and if I love it and I find it cheap at some point, I'll get it physically too, just to have it represented. But or at least give myself the opportunity to play these games first and foremost. So all that to say, I got Batman Return to Arkham on the PlayStation 4. I, it's always interesting to say this because it's like I bought digitally the PlayStation 4 version, but on the PlayStation 5. So, but yeah, that comes with Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Knight as well. I think Batman Return to Arkham only came with two of those, and so because you can see with how it downloads, it comes with the two games, and then I think it's Arkham Knight is the one that's kind of separate from it. But I don't know how it was packaged or whatever, but it was cheap that somehow gave me all three, so that's cool. I have Batman Arkham Asylum on the 360, but I'm at the point where I don't play the 360 much. Obviously, it's much easier for me to hop on the PlayStation 5. So if I can get a game for cheap that I already have on the 360 or other system, I'll gladly do that. Just have it ease of access, also have access to trophies and other modern features like that. And so, yeah, that's why I got that, as well as I don't have the other Arkham games. So, actually, you know what? Never mind. I think I have the other two Arkham games on PlayStation 3, but again, I'll take it on here. It was pretty cheap. I forget how much exactly, but cool to have them all three in one spot. Also got a game you might be surprised I never owned. Is the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. My Elder Scrolls experience is minimal. I briefly played all of Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim, but when I say briefly, it's like literally an hour or two, essentially. And I've always wanted to go and just fully dive into them. I just never got myself to do it because it's like really, it's right up my alley. I love the whole vibe, the medieval vibe, fantasy, open world, big grand scale RPG. I just love it. And it's weird because even when I had Skyrim on my PlayStation digitally after buying this, and the Dovahkiin theme was playing, just on that screen. I was like nostalgic to me just hearing that. It's so weird to be nostalgic for a game that you didn't play, really, at all. It's wild, but it's somehow it was nostalgic to me, just because it was so pervasive in gaming culture. I know that theme by heart. The Dovahkiin, it's just naturally goes right through you in your DNA. It was just so there's so much exposure to it. It was such a big moment in the medium, and absolutely, I would love to play it. I know Skyrim is also infamous for having the most versions of almost any game you can imagine. Games on every system. Just amazing. But glad to have that. Another one I'm glad to have is 428 Shibuya Scramble, which I'm so excited to play this. This one I would love to have physically as well. I've just always thought it looked cool, but then particularly recently, Blinkum sung its praises very much so. Said it's possibly his favorite visual novel, and just he really loved his time with it, and that just got me feeling it even more. I'm like, yeah, I would love to play this. Obviously, you have to be in a certain headspace to be into a visual or in for a visual novel. It's not one that you can just pop on whenever. You got to be ready to read and be invested. It's not something you can just play passively. So very much I want to give it the space it deserves when the time comes, but hopefully sooner than later. I'm excited to dive in. Another game I got is called Kingdom Come Deliverance. This is one I really didn't know much about at all until recently now. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 was one of the Game of the Year nominees on Game Awards. Like, I still don't know much about it, but apparently that one's really good. So obviously I'm going to go for the first one, and it was cheap. So absolutely, I downloaded it. Just from a glance, again, it seems like the kind of vibe for me, like medieval vibe, and it's like apparently an open world RPG. From just like the outside looking in, it seems like it's actually more grounded in like medieval times and not fantastical like a Skyrim. But either way, I'm fascinated. Just looking at the game, it didn't look like it was anything amazing, but obviously its reputation for the sequel precedes it, so I don't know if the first is regarded as highly or not, but I always start a series like that with the first one. I'm always very anal about that. Whether I need to or not, I'm not even sure. The last game I purchased during that sale was It Takes Two. I'm sure you've heard of it. Essentially, my main motivation for this was because my girlfriend has been wanting to play it for some time, so we'll have to hit that up. I've always been interested in it for the same reason, so I could play it with her. I think it was $10, which is like I wouldn't probably be as eager to jump on that one if it weren't for it being something that she's mentioned time and time again. So finally have that, and that'll be cool. That's it for my pickups. Let's talk about the games I actually played in November. Again, we'll go chronologically based on roughly the order I played the games. So we're going to start with Ghost of Yotei, which of course carried over from last month, where powered through that game and beat it in its entirety right at the end of October. And then that carried in a little bit into the first week or so of November, where I was trying to do some of the collectibles and getting more towards the 100% and the platinum. And ultimately I stopped playing the game to play the next game for a backlog challenge I'm doing. And so I never quite got to the full 100%, and I'm pretty damn close. Like, I only have a couple things in each of the different collectibles to get. So I definitely want to return at some point. I don't know when, but it's right there, knocking on the door. I gotta do that damn duel. I don't know why that's so hard for me, but that duel is still waiting to be finished. Next up is the game I spent most of my time on this month. That's Infamous on the PlayStation 3. What about that? How about that? We're going to have a separate video over on Tarkaron talking about this. I'm not sure if it's been uploaded yet or not, but that's where I go into more depth talking about this game. As part of a Gents Challenge, which is a challenge we do on the Discord that I run, where it's a gaming backlog challenge where you're partnered up with someone and you assign games to each other to play from your lists. And this is one I probably never would have touched if not for that. You know, it's one of those, I have it, but it's going to probably sit on the shelf collecting dust. And that's why I love the Gents Challenge, because it'll push you to play those games you might not have. And I was surprised how much I enjoyed it. Not polished. The morality system is pretty, like, I don't know how to say, juvenile maybe. It's not like the most sophisticated morality system. It's like either torture these people or save these people. And, you know, I'm oversimplifying it, but that kind of thing where it's like, do you want to do something just stupidly evil or obviously objectively good thing to do? And it's just whether you want to be good or evil. That's about it, which is fine. The story wasn't anything to write home about, though I did quite enjoy the cinematics, how they did them comic books / graphic novel style. That was really tasteful. It added to the style of the game. And yeah, this is especially you're going around, it looks like a sandbox going around a city. You can do different missions for people, and also obviously there's a story that you're following. And so it's fun. I want to do some of the side missions for sure. And yeah, I just see the way you go around the world is kind of very much like an edgier Spider-Man, you know, very edgy 2000s vibe to it, but still cool. Lastly, the one I've been really pivoting towards is Horizon Zero Dawn. This is the complete edition. Shout out to Rusty, who once upon a time gifted this to me on one of our gift exchanges over on Tarkaron. So shout out to you, R.E. Louie, here on YouTube. Finally getting to it. It's years later, but I'm getting to it. And this is because of an ongoing challenge we have over on Tarkaron. A lot of connected tissue here. We have an ongoing backlog challenge throughout the year. Essentially, this was a game he assigned me, and I get some points for finishing it. And so we got a month left of the challenge, so I want to get as much as I can in. And this will be a good double pointer since he chose it. And so I've put a few hours into this at this point, and definitely enjoying it. And I'm looking forward to playing more. This is I love the vibe. I really like the what we're setting here is really cool. You know, it's like this really interesting, unique idea. Like this whole like mixing machinery with the hunter-gatherer tribe mentality is really cool. So yeah, I'm looking forward to playing more of this. Absolutely. I'm assuming that will be a big portion of next month's. But hopefully I can get a couple more games in for our challenge as well. So wish me the best, and hopefully I have more games to talk about than just this. That's it for the games that I played in November 2025. Sound off below. What have you been playing? Any thoughts on the games mentioned here, including the pickups? So that's it. Subscribe to the channel for more things on video games. Just video games, but I have channels for everything. I have a channel for music, film, TV, video games here, and then collaborative channel Tarkaron. So pick your poison. Links in the description. Take care.